G'day.
Hello there.
I'm Aussie Robbo.
I'm English Jen.
And welcome to our Florida 2022 trip.
Attempt number 4. So this time we've passed our coronavirus tests. We've been showered. I've had my hair did.
I haven't had mine because I didn't have time before finishing work 2 hours ago.
Hopefully get it done while we're on holiday. And we're off to Heathrow Airport for a stay at the Aerotel, which is actually in the terminal. So come with us and we'll set off right now. Bye.
So here we are again on the Heathrow Express, unintentionally. Another weird trip of ours on a pre-travel day to get to Heathrow Airport, which is taking more than double the amount of time it should do.
Triple.
So what happened, Darren?
So what should happen is we get the Jubilee line to Green Park, and then you can get a direct line which is the Piccadilly line that goes all the way to Heathrow, terminals 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and according to the websites, according to the TfL itself, there was going to be one in like 20 minutes and there was one in 3 minutes and nothing. It took bystanders to actually come up and tell us that there's something going on.
We kind of knew something was going wrong when they were just showing for Hammersmith,
yeah.
Basically. And we were kind of trying to work things out, and then someone told us, and then I went on Twitter, and then apparently, but there's no one really giving directions in the station. It's quite bad. It's quite awful. And then there was a traffic jam to get from our house to the tube station as well. So that took another 45 minutes longer than it should have. So we're going to get to the hotel 2 hours later than we should do.
3 hours later.
So let's hope there's some food or somewhere open where we can get something to eat.
For anybody who's been following our last couple of trips, you'll know that this is a Rob and Darren special. Seems to be cursed. Damn you, TfL. But yeah, fingers crossed. At least we're staying in a hotel overnight.
Let's hope this is where it's all the bad luck is, and then it's smooth sailing.
Tomorrow we'll be plain sailing. Touch wood. But yeah, let's see how it goes for the rest of the trip, and hopefully get something to eat when we get there. The entrance to, so just literally around the corner you've got the sort of bus depot drop off and where vehicles drop off and pick things up. We've also got the Cafe Nero at the entrance, the very immediate entrance. And then if you're coming from where we came, which is the station, you come up through into the middle of the whole sort of terminal, as it were.
To the hotel, which is
right here. So here we are, it's Pod Hotel Living. Light switch as soon as you come in with the key card, which automatically detects everything, as does the TV. So we've got a full length mirror, which is really good for those who are taller, like Rob. I can definitely sort of see it because pretty much floor to ceiling. A little bit of space for all our bags. We've actually brought more bags this time. So we've got 3 full-size suitcases and our hand luggage. There is a fold-out ledge to put all your luggage on. You've got 3 coat hangers in a very kind of arty, sort of conceptual art way. I'm not quite sure about that, but anyway. Then you've got the TV, which is about 32 inches. Like I say, it comes on automatically when you come into the room normally if you've been away. And then that's obviously followed by, what do you want with TV? You want some coffee and some tea. And we've got complimentary water as well. So I'll probably be trying that myself in the morning. This takes you over to a little corner where they've put like a little chair and then a landline. What's one of those? With a shelf, and there's a couple of plug sockets underneath there. You've got the phone line and then plug sockets, and then plug socket either side of the bed. The bed's actually quite nice. It's got a nice spring to it, and you've also got a bit of mood lighting in the form of book lights, so reading lights. A little shelving down there. No cupboards at all in this room. Again, it is pod living. And I must say, as part of that, you don't get windows. So where you'd think there'd be a window, there is nothing. So if you're claustrophobic, probably not the best place to come. So my lunch still there. And then you've got your light switches and another plug socket there. One thing we have noticed is there's no USBs, which is kind of disappointing because in this modern day, we all have something that runs off USB ports, and we've kind of become used to them. So now we head into the bathroom. Now the bathroom is actually really nicely done out. So it's very contemporary, but it's got like a classic white tile. And it's actually a wet room. So it's literally a walk-in shower, wet room. And unlike where we stopped before in a pod hotel where you're kind of sitting on the loo and you're sitting in the shower at the same time, it's got a little bit more space and it's probably better laid out. So you've got the walk-in area, good drainage down the bottom. They provide you with some actually decent toiletries and plenty of it, and it's a rainfall shower, again, which is much appreciated. Then, hello, me in the mirror. Got a decent sized mirror, just the one small basin, usual glass, and then the towels that you get are actually quite nice. They're quite full, there's plenty of them. And then an old school kind of hairdryer for that 80s music video action. And that's enough of that. But anyway, that's basically the room. Like I say, no windows, so if that is an issue, I would probably not stay here. None of the rooms have windows that are bookable. Very similar to the Block Hotel if you've ever stayed there. But for now, it's time to unpack a bit and have a bit of relaxation. So we suspected this may happen. We've got here about, what time is it now? 10 o'clock-ish. But there aren't any restaurants open. There's a Cafe Nero, but we haven't eaten for many hours, so we're hopefully going to have a dirty McDonald's being delivered by Uber. Stick with what we know.
Because there literally are no restaurants open here. Cafe Nero is the only option.
No. And Deliveroo doesn't deliver, which is one we normally use because we have a subscription with them. But no, it gives us an opportunity to kind of like get outside, have some freshish air, as fresh as London air gets. But it's quite close to Virgin Atlantic, as you'd expect, because it's supposed to be in the terminal, and it is. But yeah, we've got Virgin Atlantic right over here at Terminal 3 with all its bright pink neon goodness. So yeah, I think we'll have something to eat.
So Darren, what happened?
Uber Eats failed. So we were following the guy delivering on the map, and he was basically showing quite close to us and then randomly cancelled. So no McDonald's for us. So we've come to Costa. Is it Costa?
That's Cafe Nero.
No, Cafe Nero. We've come to Cafe Nero instead, where they've actually got a half decent range, I'd say, considering the time of night it is.
Yeah, it's better than Costa.
So we've got macaroni and cheese. Bought one of those each, they're heated up. A little bit of nibbles. Nibbly.
I got one of these.
You've got the same. And then we're really hungry, so we're sharing a cheese toasty and a macaroni and cheese.
So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, so finally have something to eat. So cheese lover, so cheese and ham toasty with macaroni and cheese. That's good. That's alright. Cheesy. No, it was really good. I actually quite enjoyed it. Probably ended up being better than what we had from McDonald's. So What about yourself?
Yeah, I was actually surprised by that. It was actually it was quite decent, and macaroni cheese. I mean, it wasn't really cheesy, but at the same time, it kind of had a nice flavour to it. The sandwich was nice.
It was soupy.
The little starters things were really nice.
I've still got some of mine for taking back to the room.
No, it's quite a little enjoyable meal, and to be honest, I actually prefer that over McDonald's because you always get a better dodgy stomach after McDonald's anyway. So we've had dinner. We waited an extra half an hour for a meal we never got.
We got some air. But yeah, so it's been actually alright considering how stressful it was to get here initially. It's just good to be here.
It's been a rather eventful day, even if it has been a very short one as far as the travelling goes.
Yeah, but we'll see what it's like for sleeping. The bed feels really comfy, so it definitely gets the bounce test going. But we'll hopefully see you in the morning after a good night's sleep, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll let you know what we think of it in the morning.
And then where we're off to?
Florida
and Disney and Universal.
So, cut to the morning, here we are.
Yeah, so it's quite an early start, not too bad though, it's about 7ish we got up, but we did wake up a lot earlier before the alarm. The bed was actually alright, it was quite medium firm. I dropped it
well, I wouldn't say firm, but you kind of...
It is for me. But yeah, comfy, pillows really great, and the only thing I'll say is the lack of a window gave a real weird feeling of not knowing what was going on outside at all, like whether it be daylight, nighttime, whatever. But pros and cons. Pros.
It's very, very close to everything in Terminal 3. So the location close to the Virgin Lounge, or the Virgin, check-in, is amazing. It's unbelievably close.
Yeah, and also on top of that, it's the only one, apparently it's the only in-terminal hotel at Heathrow from what we've been told. But yeah, the staff are really great, they're really helpful. So when we couldn't find anywhere to eat last night, they gave us options. As you saw, we ended up going to the, the cafe?
Cafe Nero.
Cafe Nero. We had a really comfortable stay.
Which is, the Cafe Nero is 24 hours, by the way, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Is the impression we got.
Which had a really good range. Other pros, I would say it's a clean and tidy space.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's quite new. Everything feels very, very new in here.
And it was pretty quiet as well. You heard a few people going down the corridor, but not like...
Yeah, I heard a few people, and I heard a few people up above or something, but yeah.
Yeah, so all in all, that was great. Cons, what would you say cons?
I think it's just the window for me mainly, is the one. That's the only real big con for me.
Yeah, the lack of a window at all makes it feel a bit more claustrophobic. I would say the other con is if you saw our previous trip, which was Disneyland Paris, we stayed in the Hilton Garden Inn. The Hilton anyway, at Terminal 2 and 3, and it was about £15 more, £20 more, and I do feel like we got more for our money there in regards of space.
That was
comfort.
a much nicer room, but this is the location, so you can actually see that hotel from here. But this one's a lot better for location. The other one is a lot more roomier and a lot
I would say comparing to other pod hotels we've stayed at, so Block, which is at Gatwick, that's really great because it's all kind of very integrated. You have like sort of wall mounted controls for everything in the room. This is lacking that, and as we said previously, no USBs, so it does mean you're kind of sharing plug sockets for lots of different things, especially for vloggers.
Having said that, the block was the room was a lot smaller, and the bathroom was minuscule.
Yeah. The bathroom, another pro, the bathroom is great.
The bathroom is really nice here, especially the shower.
Good shower, good space, don't feel cramped at all. So all in all, I would say it's been a pretty positive experience.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the location for it is fantastic. So it is definitely a nice place to stay.
Another plus with this hotel is you're paying kind of by the hourly rate, which sounds very dodgy, but you're paying by hourly rate. So we extended ours because our flight got changed to 2 hours later than it was first. So it was supposed to be 10 o'clock. Now it's midday. And they were really gracious, and they sort of gave us extra 2 hours for the price of 1 extra hour. So we were really pleased with that, and it's just given us a bit of breathing time. So,
but overall, it's been a very eventful pre-travel day.
Yeah, I hope you can now come and follow us on our new adventure to Walt Disney World and Universal in Florida. We can't wait to go. So we'll see you on the next episode for a travel day.
Bye.
Bye.